In today's video, I challenge myself to draw like Rolua. As I said in the past, I really want to improve my abilities more with this channel, so I chose an artist that has the opposite style of mine. I will be mimicking him as much as possible, but still keeping a bit of my touch. So instead of redrawing his pieces, I chose one of my own characters and tried to turn it into Rolua's style, and want to apply some of his techniques. While inspecting his art and trying to bring something to the table, my goal is to actually learn some things or two. I genuinely hope that the lessons I learned from him today will be reused in future drawings. So I took the time to analyze his artworks. He has a bunch of work on Pixiv, but even more posted on his Twitter. He also has a YouTube channel where he does live streams and even interviews where he answers questions. Also, TPPO's video about Rolua helped me a lot. These videos will be linked down in the description. Rolua's line art is definitely more sketchier than mine. As you can see, mine is more tight and simple. While Rolua's brush is more pressure sensitive and his lines are thicker at the parts where there are more shadows. He does draw more hair strands than I usually do, and also very spread out, as if a blow dryer was aimed on it. And this really helps showing movement in the artwork. His characters are known for having huge eyes, like super duper huge, and so are their ears and their hands. These were insanely hard for me to mimic, but I still tried my best. He also gives the characters very small shoulders and very long neck. I didn't know how to make my character's neck longer because of this angle, and make the shoulders smaller was also harder due to the overly puffed shoulder sleeves that my OC has. Again, I tried my best, and after the line art was finished, I also made them a bit smaller with the distortion tool. Now let's talk about his color palette. It's definitely not the one I usually go for. I always go for happy bright colors, and his are very dark and grayish. He loves giving the skin tones mostly a light purple color. He always loves to use warm and cool colors together, especially a few that really pop like these. He makes the eyes close and objects that are around pop out more and usually has a darker background. This is his way of bringing focus on the places he wants. While I'm aiming to mimic Rolua's style, I don't forget to infuse my own artistic identity into the process. Obviously, this piece would be never drawn by Rolua himself. Next to his art, mine just looks very newbie. I can never 100% mimic his style. He really has practiced so much longer than I have. As I work on transforming my character into Rolua's style, I think it's okay to make adjustments and iterate as I go along. Rolua is a professional, so I told myself it's okay to not being able to keep up. Since he is Japanese, I can't understand him. He has so many shortcut keys that I can't see on screen, and he is just very fast at his job. Since he works in Photoshop and I on Clip Studio Paint, I found out later I didn't have the functions that he used. Photoshop is also used by a lot of photographers and graphic designers, so certain filter, layer options or other finishing touches he does, I wasn't able to do that. I felt kinda sad realizing that later on, but I told myself it's fine as long as I learn a few things. Even though I didn't have those functions, I kind of made my own twist to it and tried to make it look as good as possible. There's also something funny I noticed while scrolling on his Twitter that a lot of artists don't do. I've seen a couple artworks of his being reposted as an upgraded version. This really got me thinking that there aren't a lot of artists who do this. When their work is posted online, they never ever touch it again. We really don't like to do this. It gives us somehow a bit of anxiety. The reason why Rolua is probably so good at his job is because he isn't lazy. He analyzes his work, he notices his mistakes, tries other artistic options, and is open for new challenges. This is actually what makes an artist grow not only faster, but also better. This does not only go for artists, but every profession in the world. So if you really want to be good at your job, learn from your past. Now I will explain a few things that I learned from Rolua. I always selected my artwork to make a border around it with the help of border effect. But apparently you can also go to the border effect and use it as a brush stroke. And this will automatically give you an outline. It takes less time and Rolua usually does this for hair strands. When I do the hair, I have 3 different shades of the color. If you want to change that and make it more funky and lively, Rolua uses a gradient map on top of it. He brings it to soft lights and reduces the opacity. It looks as if it takes a lot of time. But no, they are just add-ons with magical powers. Just know how and when to use them. Why try hard when there are simpler and faster options? As for colors, I had to complement the brown outfit with purple hair and a blue top. As I said, Rolua always has some colors that pop, and I chose to give the eyes and glasses a yellow and orange look. My character has some fabric around her top that I make golden, and it goes together with her laces on her gloves. Since Clip Studio doesn't have an option for trace contour, I just copy-pasted my line art, brought it to the top, turned it white and reduced the opacity. This still gave a similar feel to it that Rolua loves to use as a finishing touch. This white outline looks super great on his dark greyish palettes. In the beginning, when I was making my line art like Rolua's, I realized he doesn't zoom in too much. That's a habit I do. I watched a couple streams of his and he really only zooms in when he has to draw eyes. So I went for it. I only zoomed in when I had to draw the eye. This outcome was so much better than I expected. Viewing your drawing from a distance can help you maintain proper proportions and avoid creating characters that look disproportionate when viewed from a regular viewing distance. When drawing zoomed out, you might find it easier to create fluid and dynamic lines. And last but not least, working zoomed out can help you ensure that your lines and shapes are consistent across the entire artwork, as you are less likely to get caught up in minor details. I didn't know what to do for a background. I looked at his Twitter and he sometimes does this lightning effect. Since my character is trying to protect themselves from the light, I thought it could be a good match. So I put some lights on the sides and gave her a shining star on her eye. And that wraps up my journey into learning from the incredible artist Rolua. It's been an eye-opening experience to step out my comfort zone and embracing a different style. Through carefully analyzing his lives and practicing, I gained valuable insights that I can't wait to apply in my future drawings. Remember, art is in continuous learning progress, and the key lies in embracing challenges and pushing our boundaries. Even though I couldn't perfectly replicate his style, the lessons I've learned and the techniques I discovered have already begun to shape my own artistic identity in a new and exciting way. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more art-related content. And as always, feel free to leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Your feedback will help me a lot in future videos. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Until next time, keep creating and keep exploring. See you in the next video.